Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather with Freckle Fiber Arts, and if you are watching this video, you purchased my earrings packet. So if you have any questions or if you see something that you have noticed, please feel free to message me. I will be happy to correct it and possibly offer you some free stuff. So anyways, this video is dedicated to this cute little cloud. You can do whatever you want with it once you make it. I use it for earrings. I make lightnings, rain, cloud earrings, and I also do these cute little rainbow ones. So here's my little rainbow ones, and they're really cute, diverse. You can do whatever you want to with them. I don't have any rain ones left because those end up getting purchased. I love the lightning cloud ones. Those also end up like going really quick. But you can do whatever you want to. All my earring supplies I get from Hobby Lobby or from Etsy, or I make my own with some resin or any type of like pattern that you want to come up with. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to follow along with my pattern. I also created these nice little check boxes. So if you want to laminate them and use them over and over again, that's what I would suggest. So step one, you want to chain 8. So to start off with your chain, you do have to create a slip knot. And then you're going to chain 8. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, once you've chained 8, you are going to turn your work over, but you're going to work on the back side. So do you see where these little like loops are from the back? You can work on the braided side that makes the V shape, but I found that it makes holes in your pattern. So I would suggest going in through the back loop. So to find that, you just turn your work and you'll see those little humps, and you're going to go into the second hump from your loop. And my pattern says that as well. It says turn your work in the second loop from hook. You're going to do 1 single crochet in every back loop of the chain, and you'll have 7 single crochets after you're done. So I'm going to go through this. My hands are shaking just a little bit. Maybe I've had too much caffeine this morning. So that I'm on number 2, and you're just going to follow along. So this should be very familiar to you if you've crocheted before. You're just creating 1 single crochet, and you want to just keep going, but you're doing it through the back loop. What I like about the back loop is that it creates a neater look. And then if you're going to be showing off those ends, it looks nicer to me. But if you're not going to be showing them off, or you're doing something where it won't matter, then I would just go in through the normal way. All right, so I've just reached the end, and I have this nice little crocheted piece. Now the next step is to chain 1, and you're not going to turn your work. We're going to work our way on top, and while you work, you need to tuck that tail in so that it will be, you don't have to weave this in the end. One thing is with my patterns, I really don't like to weave in ends. It's like the last thing I want to do. So I always try to gravitate towards patterns, or whenever I create a pattern, minimize those weaving of ends. So the next step after I chained 1, I'm going to do 5 double crochets into this space. So I'm going to start creating the actual cloud. So I'm going to yarn over, and into this corner space, I'm going to do 5 double crochets. So that's 1, and I'm going to go through this, 2, 3, and it will start to lift up. And that's what you want. You want it to lift up. So I'm on 3, 4, and just let it happen. You can kind of scoot it if you want to make it a little tighter. And I have 1 more, and it should start to cover up and lift up so that we don't have to do any more chains. We are actually turned onto the top of the crochet. Okay, for some reason there we go. All right, so now the next step is so we did 5 double crochets in the corner. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet in that single crochet space might be covered up. You might have to work it in there, and make sure that tail from the end of your chain is being worked on top or underneath so that you don't have to worry about it later. All right, so I did 1 single crochet, and now I'm back to 5 double crochets in the next space. So this is creating our little puff. So that's 1. This is 2. And I already have one made earlier with the same yarn. It's much bigger than my other yarn that I usually use for my earrings. And it is an acrylic yarn. So I've got 3. Make sure I'm going in the right spot. I've got 4. I feel like I already have 5, but this yarn's really chunky compared to what I'm used to using. I think I've got, and that's my single. So I've got 2, 4, I've got 1 more to make. Sometimes it gets really tight and you have to push them, but this side is supposed to be tight because you're going to try to fit 2 puffs on this side because you want a total of 5. Yeah. All right, so now you're going to, the next step is to do 1 single crochet, and you might have to scoot it, and you do want to scoot it so you can fit the other puff on there. So 1 single crochet, boop, and now you're going back to 5 double crochets. Now, here's where you are going to actually do, let me see where I'm at, 5 double crochets, and you can choose to either skip this space and go into this one, or you can just go ahead and go into that one. I'm going to go into the next space to kind of scoot stuff a little bit closer together, but I'm going to do 5 double crochets. So right now we're at 5, 5, 5. There'll be 1 that you have to do that will be 8. So I'm at 3, 4. Now I'm on to the next one. Okay, so now I'm going to do a single crochet. I'm going to actually skip this space, and I'm going to do a single crochet here. Yeah, I'm going to actually, oh, it says slip stitch. So I'm going to slip stitch into this space. So I'm going to skip 1 space, and you'll see why in a minute. And now I'm going to connect this round. So I'm just following along with my own pattern. Okay, so now you can actually see that I've got 2 humps here. I've got my hump here, my little puff, and now I'm going to create my other puff on the corner in this round. Okay, so I'm going to do 5 single crochet or double crochets here, and it will start to turn my work. So here's the space right here. I'm going to do 5 double crochets in that 1 space on the corner. Got 2. Now I'm on to 3, 4, 5. And I should be lifted up and turned onto the other side. And it is. Whoop. And it looks kind of like this, okay? Like a U. And once you create that last puff, it will kind of push everything out a little bit flatter. Okay, so now the next step is to single crochet into the next space, which is here. Oops. Sorry about that. And it also says after I do a single crochet, you're going to skip the next stitch, which is here, and you're going to do 8 into this space. Now the 8 is kind of chunky, so it's going to push everything out, and we want it to. Now I'm done with this tail. I think I've weaved it in enough. So I'm going to yarn over and do 8 double crochets. At this time you could probably cut it off I probably will in just a minute. So I've got 2, working on my second one, and we're doing 8. This is our big boy. This is the one that is in the middle. And I'm on to 3. And 4. Now I've done 5. 2, yep, 5. Got 3 more to do. 6, 7. And last but not least is my 8. And you'll feel it start to like push all the other ones away. And see, it kind of leaves like a big hole with this yarn. So I'm going to scoot it over. I'm going to skip in the direction that says skip a stitch, and that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to single crochet, and then it says to slip stitch to end the round. So I'm going to slip stitch to end that round, and voila. Yeah, and a little bit of a hole compared to my other one. Maybe I did more than I needed to, or I bent it a little bit. I don't normally have that big of a hole. Well, I guess I kind of do. All right, so this is the cloud pattern, and this is how I create my my cloud in under 15 minutes. Okay, whoop whoop. All right, you guys, let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for supporting my channel.